Ladies and gentlemen, I have done some very strange things in my life. And particularly, I have done some very strange things in the world of chess. This video is currently being recorded in a hotel room in Prague, in the Czech Republic, and I'm currently on tour in Europe. We have a few shows left, so if you manage to watch this in May 2025, you can still get a ticket for Berlin, Munich, or Warsaw. While I was in France, about a week ago, I was invited to the live stream of Inoxtag. He's one of the biggest content creators in all of France. Also, he's a very nice guy. And he did a live stream for chess and invited me to play against the biggest chess content creator in France and a very, very nice gentleman, Julien Song. And the set looked like this. It was like the Game of Thrones. It was unbelievable. I mean, it looked like the mountains, the ruins behind us. It was a really, really special venue. And Julien and I just had to play a 10-minute rapid game with 2 seconds bonus in front of 60,000 live viewers. And if you're watching this and you're a French chess fan, bonjour. That's the extent of my chess, my French knowledge. And now I will show you this game. This was a crazy, crazy, crazy game. If you watch French, content, you should go watch the live stream. And now I will break this game down for you. Julien played d4. Now, I did no preparation for this game at all. At all. I did not know what he played because I was just there to have fun. And also, the night that we were playing, PSG was playing against Arsenal. So after this game was over, the streets of Paris were full of very happy people. I played g6. I played the modern defense. And the idea is obviously to, put the bishop on g7. When Julien did not take the center with e4, which is kind of what I'm baiting him into, in this position, I have a very big choice. I mean, I can play something a bit silly like 2 bishops and give him the center, or I can play the Dutch defense, or I can play in a King's Indian style, or I can play something really offbeat. I don't know, but I only have 10 minutes, so I have to play the move f5, okay? I didn't have to play this move, but I went for the Dutch defense. And already by the 5th move of this game, Julien did something that I was not very happy about. He played e3, which is a pretty big sideline. He did not play the most principled way like this. And then he played b4. And as you can see, he has a very, very big space advantage. And in case it's not obvious, he would like to attack me on this side of the board, right? Because that's where all his pawns are going. Now, in the Dutch defense, you try to fight in the middle. You also try to break with the pawns like this. But this setup I have not faced in many, many years. So I took a really long pause here because I couldn't remember, like, can't I put my bishop here or can I play a5 right away? Ultimately, I played a very flexible move, pawn to d6, and he went bishop b2. And here in my mind, I was trying to remember from a long time ago if I can successfully play the move e5. It looks like I can't because he's obviously controlling that square, but there are sometimes tactics with these bishops. For example, I played the move e5. As it turns out, it was a bit of an inaccuracy, but basically the point is that after he takes, I play knight to g4. This is the point, right? And now I have suddenly 3 things attacking this pawn, and he can't move it because he would lose this bishop. The computer here finds the ridiculous move c5, which no human being will see in a rapid game, just trying to gain space and also try to bring out the bishop. But I thought that the move e5 was very logical, and I was extremely happy when he went here and allowed me to get the connect 4. I mean, just look at the position 2 moves ago. My pawn is here, I'm going to have some problems on the light squares, and all of a sudden, e4. First of all, I win connect 4, they paused the stream, Inoxtag came out, he gave me a pat on the head, he said, you're very smart, and then he left. No, that's not what happened, unfortunately. But I was thrilled, I have this big space advantage, and with the space advantage, maybe I'm going to start an attack on him in the future. And I don't really dislike my position, so I castled. He went knight c3. And so at this point, I had to choose a setup, right? He's going to try to come forward on this side of the board. So what do? Do I play a5? Do I attack him, try to force him forward? a5, b5 already kind of locks him into a certain type of position. I considered a5. I considered a couple of things. Ultimately, I went for this. I thought this was a very flexible move. I control his knight, and maybe I build up a big wall in the center of the board and then launch an attack. This is what I decided when I played this move. I was like, okay, I'm playing c6, and when I play c6, I'm going to play d5. I'm going to put my bishop here, and then I'm going to start an attack. That's what I decided. He played a4. Obviously, I played bishop e6, and he castled. And I thought, wow, I don't know much about this Julien guy, but he's so silly. He's just going to let me attack him. He's not even attacking me over here. So I went d5. As it turns out from the eval bar, as you can see from this evaluation on the left side, it has tripled since my move. That's because my plan was terrible. This was just a bad plan. I should not be engaging with him in the center. I should let him come forward. In fact, what I should have done even before, I should have just attacked his structure here and frozen it. Because in a perfect world, this is what it looks like. And then he can't actually make any progress. Like, it's going to be very difficult for him to break through the side of the board. I should kind of leave his pawns here. But the way that I played the position, I guaranteed that the position would open up. And the position opening up on that side of the board is only beneficial to him. It's not beneficial to me. I completely misevaluated this. Even here, I thought I have a very good position. He went b5, and I was like, wait a minute. This is not easy. You know, I said, merde. I didn't say that. But even if I get all of this, I didn't see where my attack was. And meanwhile, he is going to attack all of my pawns. And when he clears out my pawns, he's going to bring his queen, he's going to bring his rook, his other rook, and he's attacking me much more viciously. So pawn to d5 was bad. It would actually be better to have the pawn on d6. So I thought for a while, and I went g5. And now his advantage only grows. As it turns out, this is also the wrong plan. I should have played totally differently. But maybe it was the beautiful set. You know, maybe it was the mountains behind me and there was music and drama and, you know, maybe that's what it was. But I played g5 and, you know, there was lightning in the background and thunder. And he played a logical move. He went here. This is just obviously improving the bishop. And I went rook f7. But even this, I thought I was happy because I'm defending my pawn. And I didn't see how he was going to break through in this position. And then he played this move, f3. And I remember thinking during the game, this was a game purely played on psychology. When he played f3, I thought, oh, he's making a mistake because he is attacking me on one side of the board and on the other. And you generally cannot do both. So I thought, okay, I don't need to do anything crazy. Of course, I can just play knight d7, just develop another piece, be patient, etc. But instead of that, I played the move f4. And I remember during the game thinking, I am so clever. Look at this move. I attack this pawn. If he takes me, I sneak in this pawn. Then when he goes here, I move my knight. His knight is still hanging. Then when he goes here, I go here, and even though I'm a pawn down, my pawn is annoying. Knight f4, I have a very powerful attack. When I played f4, I saw takes, push, sacrificing a pawn for an attack. Then I saw takes, the knight will go somewhere, all right? Or maybe he will take here first, and then the knight will go here, and I thought, oh, even here I have a good position. It's +3, so I'm not really sure what I had calculated, to be honest. And you know, when takes, yeah, I'm really not sure what I was. Maybe I calculated here, and then knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, knight e5, something like this. But I think I just kind of hallucinated. And Julien thought for a while and went takes, and then he found a move that I didn't even see. I didn't even see this move. But it's not the best move. But when he played it, I was suddenly surprised. The move that he played is e5. But as you can see from the evaluation, not the best move. Now, what he should have played in this position, he should have taken the pawn. I take. Now his knight is hanging. He would have gone here. And here I was considering playing something like knight g4. Defending my pawn and maybe putting my knight on f2. The computer here thinks white is just winning, even though material is completely equal. But it's +3.5, which is pretty crazy. It's +3.5 because of pawn takes, and if bishop takes, he has takes, rook c1, and I guess here, and he's just crushing. But he went here, so again, replay. He took my pawn, I took his pawn, he attacked my knight, I took his knight, he took my knight, I played rook f6, queen here, and now a big moment. I actually still thought, think about this, I still thought I was better, but it's about to get really epic. I still thought I was better here. Because, why? I want a pawn. I want a pawn. He cannot take my pawn. Why? Because if he does, my rook takes his rook with check, and then here. And the other thing is, my queen and my bishop are both going to target d4. If I take on d4, I attack his king, and I attack everything on this diagonal. When I took on c4, I sat back in my chair, and I thought, I'm going to win this game. I'm playing for a win now, because I took a pawn, and, I'm attacking him. And here he came up with a very, very, very good move. If he took on f6, I was going to take with the queen, attacking this, and then if he goes here, I would have just moved my knight, and I'm up a pawn. I mean, I just have an extra pawn. He has to prove his position, bishop d5 or something, I don't know, which apparently is not even a good move. Anyway, but he played a move here that really pissed me off. I had not seen this move from a distance. He played king h1. That is the top move of the computer. It is the top move of the computer. And I was, basically, the point is that when I take on d4 now, it is not a check. It's not a check. And if I play rook f1, Julien set up such a nasty trap. Again, it's not check. That is the major difference. Julien set up rook f8. This idea is so nasty, defended by the bishop, and if I take, I lose the defense of my queen. This is how chess is played, by the way. If you're still watching this video and you're wondering, did we both see that? Did he see rook takes, queen d4, rook f8, and did I see it? Yes. Chess is a silent conversation between two people. All right, it's him showing me he sees my plan, and me showing him, I know you see my plan, and that was a nice idea, but I'm still going to have a good position. At this point, I didn't really know what to do, to be honest, so I just developed my knight. He took my pawn, damaging my pawn structure, and then he went here. We traded rooks, which apparently is not even correct. The computer wants me to put the rook there, which I never in my life would have considered. I mean, basically, I don't trade rooks with him, and I kind of attack his king, although it's not really under attack. And if he takes on g5, I just have a good position, which kind of makes sense. But in my mind, I just automatically prepared takes, h6. Okay, and I still thought I'm up a pawn. But suddenly I started having doubts. Suddenly I started having really serious doubts about my position. Julien played knight to d6, and right away I was thinking, oh, no, I'm in big trouble, actually. I'm not doing well at all. I thought I was doing well, but I am definitely not doing well. The point is he's going to win his pawn back. And after he wins the pawn back, he's just going to have an advantage. He's going to have a big advantage. He's going to win this pawn back. My king is a bit weak. How do I get all my pieces in the game? So I said, okay, knight b6. And now this idiot who has been standing there for like 20 moves from the opening that he played, this pawn went there on the 10th move of the game, is now the hero because it goes a5, and my knight now has to leave. And I had a very big decision to make here. Do I put my knight actively into the center, completely surrendering the pawn, or do I bring the knight back? And I made the wrong decision. This really is kind of a lesson. The knight should have been active. I should have put the knight more actively, but I just didn't know what to play here. But I guess I should have just played with the knight more active. Instead, I tried to remove his knight, and I made a mistake. And I sat there wondering if he was going to see queen e3 attacking me, but he didn't, which let me go here and here. And folks, at this point, we witnessed the most dramatic moment of the game. I have about 10 seconds on the clock, 10, in this position, and I play queen d5. I mean, what could be more natural? You activate the queen, you try to get the rook there, you're attacking a couple things. By the way, if this, the same trap, rook f8. If takes, I lose the queen, and if here, this is mate. I just straight up get mated. I have to lose my queen and it's mate. So I'm sitting there wondering, what if Julien plays queen e2, defends his knight, and threatens queen e8? And let me tell you something. Had he played this move, I might have had to resign. I can't move my knight out. I would have gone here. He could make any move. I am completely boxed in. I'm not immediately losing, but I'm in a really, really bad position. But he went here. So he missed this idea, but I saw that he was trying to go here. I went here, he went here, and now the chess gods spoke to me. I am completely lost. Rook to f8 is a checkmate. I can't move my knight off the back rank. What do I do? The chess gods looked fondly upon me, and I found 97! Giving up the knight because his knight was hanging, but he was threatening mate because my knight was in front of my rook. But this move opens my rook to defend, attacks his queen, attacks his knight, and attacks the pawn again. The best move here for white. I played this move with 2 seconds on the clock. I played this move and went up to 4 seconds. And there was a moment during the live stream, I have 4 seconds and he has 1 minute and 13 seconds. When I played this move, I sat there. I played the move, I pressed the clock, and I sat there going, I have 4 seconds. Any move he makes, I need to react immediately. I can't even think. So as he's thinking, my brain is going, okay, if he takes the knight, I take the knight, I'm attacking the rook, he can't come down, right? Everything is protected, takes, I'm gonna bring my pieces back, and then maybe I'll even pick up this pawn. I'm not sure actually taking this is the best move. He doesn't have any checks, which means the queen is hanging, which means he's probably gonna bring the queen back to d3 or to c2. Okay, if he brings back the queen to d3, my knight is hanging, so I have to decide what to do. Should I play rook e8? Should I play bishop f8? I can't move my knight out, so if queen d3, okay, I'm probably gonna play the move rook e8, right? Queen d3, I was going to go rook e8. As it turns out, bad move, because he's going to put pressure on me, and I thought that even if I'm able to defend myself in this position, he's actually winning because he has queen g6, which, okay, I probably would have honestly played this and lost, if I'm not even exaggerating. So then I was thinking, what do I do here? Like, maybe do I bring my queen back? Do I play queen, queen e6 here? Actually, you know what the computer finds? Knight g6. Amazing. Continue to give up the knight. This is the immortal, uncapturable knight, because now this position. And then I'm thinking, okay, he can also go back to c2. And then I thought, oh, what if he goes to d6? He's attacking my rook. He's attacking my knight. He's putting pressure on my queen. And then I thought, oh, queen d6. My knight is not hanging because his knight is hanging. So I'm going to play rook f8. Finally, he went down to about 7-8 seconds and he went here. But I had prepared a move. I had 4 seconds. I have to make the move and press the clock. So I played rook f8. Queens are staring at each other. My queen is staring at his knight. He's staring here. Everything is staring. Takes. Now here he could have played knight e5. It's still one more move he can play. But at this point, it's already not so simple. It's not so easy to make problems here. If I play queen e4 looking for this, he actually wins because he plays queen e6 attacking my king. So this would have been the better way to put pressure on me. I'm not sure I would have survived this endgame if I'm being totally honest. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to play here. The computer wants me to go here and just go down a pawn, but then try to activate my king, which I suppose makes sense. But instead of that, he went takes, and we got into a huge scramble where actually during the scramble, I won 2 of his pawns. And for a very brief moment here, I was thinking, am I going to win this game after having such a terrible game? But no. This is a draw because white should use their assets on this side of the board, which is what he did. He went here, and he created an outside pass pawn. So now my forces have to go play defense, either my king or my knight. And even though one of my pieces has to play defense and I have, other pieces, I'm not going to be able to promote these pawns, while my king or my knight have to go stop that one. And so I went here, he went here, and we, after 49 moves, traded down all the pawns, left our kings and our horses on the chessboard, and the game ended in a draw. As it turns out, this was a game where I literally, and I do mean literally, played 49 moves and never had the advantage. And sometimes that happens. Fun fact, I never felt this much pressure in a live game. When I played the move like knight c8, I had around maybe 1.5 minutes, and the background, which I already showed you, the background changed. This background started actually like rumbling, like there was thunder, lightning, and it was to show that I have low time and I'm in a high pressure situation. And it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. Like the background was changing and I have to come up with a move. And then I found this incredible knight sacrifice, cutting the bishop, and I saved the game. Not a game that I'm super thrilled or proud of to play, but you can't play a good chess game every single time. Credit to my opponent for playing a very good game, putting the pressure. He had a couple of chances to put me away, but that's how it goes sometimes. And maybe Julian and I already offered this, maybe we get a rematch on the Eiffel Tower. How about that? Rematch, me versus Julian Song, Eiffel Tower 2026, maybe in the restaurant because the Eiffel Tower is a little expensive to rent out. And if you watch Enoch's tag, he just played in the chess.com PogChamps tournament. So fun video, fun stream, and we keep playing chess. We keep experiencing new and different things. See you all in Berlin, in Munich, and in Warsaw. This trip has been crazy. And you know what to do. Get out of here.